Ah. Ah. What's up? Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazum, Gamaferabum, Shilel Kulum. We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow in their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thoughts, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istinje laku. Woo, this one's going to be good right here. Ladies, this one is not for you. So, can you please, because I did get the text. Ladies, can I get y'all to share this? Press 2, because a lot of people need to see this right here. Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. And what is a provider? Men, I want to talk to the kings today. This is King Talk. King Talk again. What is a provider? What's up, Mooney? What is a provider? So my technique, fellas, in King Talk is deprogram to reprogram. Deprogram to reprogram. What up? Coach Khayr, Team Taurus, and right now I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Chi-Town, what up? Actually, Rosemont. I'm right across the street from the airport, wherever that's at. Fellas, what is a provider? And my particular technique is deprogram to reprogram. So before we get into what a provider really is today, we're going to work on deprogramming what you used to, your old definition of a provider was. What's up, Isaac? Now, before we even talk about the old definition of a provider, where did we get it from? The source of it comes from the church. The church was originally where the source came from, because most of our parents came up as Christians. They came up as Christians, or even the mosque and the church is the same thing, because they say you can only have as many wives as you can afford, right? You can only have as many wives as you can afford. So obviously they're saying that when you can provide for more than one wife, then you can have another wife, right? So this whole thing about provision started coming from religion. Press 2 if you shared this video. This one's going to be mwah. Press 2. Put your name in there, your team Gemini, your team scope, your team zodiac, and what city and state you represent. Introduce yourself. Thank you very much. What up, Latifah? King Talk is what this is about, because we ain't talking to each other enough. But them days is over. I done got motivated here in these last week to be like, I got to talk to the brothers and start checking them. Because I want sisters to start checking sisters on some shit they be doing. Oops, excuse me. On some stuff they be doing. But men, y'all are on some BS. We've been on some BS. So I'm going to do some checking in my own neighborhood, in my own backyard. And then women will maybe see the severity that I'm checking men, and maybe they'll go over there. But if they don't, I don't care no more. I don't care anymore whether women check women or not anymore. I used to really, really care, but I ain't going to be concerned about that anymore. It's necessary, but I'm going to go over here and do my part with the men. And then when women ask me, I'll check women too. But it would really be more supportive if the women would come in too. But fellas, where did y'all get this whole providing thing from? Your daddy showed you a way, but he never sat you down and talked to about what provision really was. What up, Fayetteville? Team Leo, 2-6 in the building. Your mama never really said what providing was. She didn't. Your mama never really talked about what providing was in the household. Your father never sat you down and told you what it was. So when you went out and started dating and a woman said you're supposed to provide for a man, or you started hearing things that said a man is supposed to provide for a woman, this large movement, this voice came out of nowhere and it was unchecked. Nobody went in to see where. What up, Isaac? I'm gonna be down there in the Fort Worth area for a couple weeks. Let's go get some tacos, baby, or some Ethiopian food. Take me to your spot, some beef barbecue. So nobody went to check on where this information, what did women mean when they said the man supposed to be the provider? They never checked. They never came and was like, this information is coming from XYZ. They never checked. They were just like, okay. So let's start right there. You took an unchecked desire and made it your purpose. Number one, never take an unchecked desire from an outside source and make it your purpose. Your purpose is from your inner voice. Right. And I'm going to identify what the inner voice of men is saying that we need to do. The inner voice of men is not saying that we need to be a provider. I ain't got there yet. Or a provider for women. Women said that from her programming. Her programming said that, and where she got it from, a whole nother conversation. But today is like, what is a provider? Where do we get the definition from? How do we get programmed to, when women started saying, can you provide for me? Can you hold me down? We took that as our purpose in a relationship, in a marriage, to provide for her, to hold her down. Money. If I ain't got the money, I can't get the girls. So now you get so many men, basketball players, football players, lottery winners. They got all this money, but they still not prepared. And they still miserable. The woman is still miserable. The relationship is raggedy as hell. They out here spending tons of money, and the relationship still look really stupid. Because he wasn't supposed to come in and be a provider. But he believed it, and he got programmed, and his mans and them told him, and the barbershop, and all these people parroting. Can I get everybody to put hashtag parroting? Parroting. Parroting is the number one sin going on today with old people, older than Mooney and younger than the millennials. Parroting. Can I get everybody to type hashtag parroting? Parroting is when you take something that you hear and don't check it. And then you repeat it because it sounds good or you heard so many people saying it. That's the technique that the church used. You going to hell if you don't have Jesus. That's parroting. They had no evidence. All type of stuff. Parroting. If you have sex, if you look at somebody's genitals, you'll go blind. Parroting. And parroting is what you see on YouTube. You see all this parroting thing about conspiracy theories, extraterrestrials, Bill Cosby. A lot of that's parroting. So much stuff is parroting without fact checking. Nobody's fact checking, they're just parroting. Press 2 if you shared this video. If you just came on, thank you so much. So, men, our problem is we parrot too much. So I'm going to help you by giving you something to go fact check, and then you can parrot it. Parrot it after you fact check. Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? The bird might not even want crackers. The bird might not even get a cracker after they say Polly want a cracker. So don't be a parrot. Be a man. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a man, not a provider. No. And then somebody said, well, a man is a provider. No, a man is not a provider. No. A man is a worker. A man is wise. A man knows himself. See, we can stop at those 3 things. Worker, wise, knows himself. He can't provide if he don't do those 3. So women have demanded and parroted and put this whole false propaganda out here that men are supposed to be providing for them, and men are skipping these important steps. I'm not really a man. I don't know myself. I don't know my purpose. I don't work my purpose. I'm not surrounded by wise counsel. I don't know how to lead. I don't know how to fight. I ain't been trained in manhood training. I ain't had no form of initiation or nothing. But because the woman said she'll have sex with me and bear me children if I just provide, then I can skip all those things. I can skip all those things because a woman has given me something that she's parroting from somewhere else or someone else, some institution else, and now I've made that my sole purpose in life is because I don't want to be lonely and I'm going to be a provider. I'm going to skip all that other stuff. I ain't a man. I'm not a king. I don't know how to tell the truth. I don't know how to even be honest with myself. I haven't already embraced the aspects of humility and sincerity that I need. I don't know any esoteric sciences whatsoever. I'm not on my dean. I'm not on my purpose. I ain't studied like religions around the world. I don't really have no really big precept of wisdom whatsoever. No martial arts. None. I ain't got no martial arts. No nothing. I can't defend my family. I can't teach my children, daughters or sons how to defend themselves. But the woman said, I need to be a provider. Men, we've been duped. But we haven't been duped by the woman. You've been duped by your own ignorance of going to fact check. What's the word? A man is not necessarily, I don't know if I can say he's a conqueror. He's going to end up conqueror, but we go back. Thank you. A man knows what he came down here for. A man knows he's supposed to grow. Man didn't come down here knowing he was supposed to conquer. Conquering is the result of growth. So, but if you put providing in front of growth, you hustling backwards. Can I get you to put hustling backwards, everybody? Anything you put in front of growth is hustling backwards. Hi, Jan Downs Collins. How are you? For those of you who just getting in, a man is not your provider. Men, this is for you. This is your message today, men. Ladies, share this on the page. So men, but see, ladies, for some of y'all don't want to share this. Whoa. I don't know what that was. Who trying to hex me so I can't talk? I got ginger ale and water. And Ganesha protecting me. Ain't going nowhere. Men, share this video on your page. So men can start to know that we can talk to one another as kings, and I'm only talking to the kings right now. I'm not having court gesture talk or prince talk or woman talk. I'm only having talk with kings, fellow kings, my peers, high-enders, achievers, those who know that I came here to grow. Everything else is the result. Providing is the result of growth. It's not the purpose of your existence on planet Earth as a husband. Being a husband or a partner or even in a relationship is the result of growth. Y'all got it twisted because you listened to what parroting women and some parroting men told you. You didn't fact check it, and then you made it your purpose. You didn't go study your astrology. You didn't do any of that. You didn't take time to know yourself. Parroting versus knowledge of self. When you're parroting, you're easily controlled by women. You're easily controlled by other men. Some women are at a situation where they feel so abandoned that they feel that I'm going to manipulate a man to fulfill my needs through several ways. Several ways. But then there's not just women, but then there's the institution that we live in. We live in this institution called the West. That's under the rulership of the sinister. That's all about the wall of suffering. So they'll take the residents that stay at the wall of suffering and use them to propagate their message. So their message is for you to be off your dean of growing and just think that you're just one thing, that you're just a provider. You're not a provider. Provisions is the result of growth. When you grow, things will be provided. But you got to grow inside of you got to grow you first, man, king, in order for you to have some stuff, which is peace of mind. But too many of us have placed the woman as our purpose. I love me some women. I love relationships. But that ain't my purpose. Women ain't my purpose. I need to be in a relationship. I love the relationships that I'm in. I nurture them. I watch them grow. When I'm challenged, I know what I want is right on the other side of that challenge. Everything you want is right outside of your comfort zone. When I have instances where it's around, where it's women involved in relationships and they get kind of some friction happens, I know my growth is just on the other side of that. So I continue to push because I know me. I'm here to grow. Right. So she's not my purpose. She's not even my helpmate. She's here to grow too. She's my complement and I want to be her complement. Good relationships are when men and women complement one another. For me to go and ask a woman, because that's a big thing out here now. So women are complaining and saying, I'm the provider, I'm the breadwinner, I'm making all the money. Fellas, fellas, how many of you fellas know a woman that you're interested in and make more money than you, or possibly you in a situation right now where she makes more money than you? You got to get away from whoever makes the most money is in control. She doesn't want to be in control. She definitely doesn't want to lead, and she doesn't want to do all that management. It's not that you should do it because she wants you to do it. You should manage and lead because that's what you were built to do. It's one of the first things that's going to pop off in your leadership. In your growth. Your leadership is going to pop off right after that because of the role that you play here as a man, as a penis carrier. Okay? You're a penis carrier. So that distinguishes your gender. Right. Oh, I'm so tired of the people that's like, there's so many genders. I ain't recognizing no. We don't all have the same job, brother. What, the men are supposed to go have sex changes and start having babies now? We design different for a reason. You feel me? So the sooner that we can get back into I'm here to grow, not be a provider, then provision will come naturally. But y'all got your heads jacked up because of the programming. That's why I say you got to deprogram from what has been dumped into you, what has been parroted into you. Heard it so much. A lie repeated soon becomes your truth, but it's not your truth. It's still a lie being repeated. You're not supposed to be a provider for nobody. What about my kids? Your kids got the same purpose here as you, growth. If your children see you growing and see the things that come out of that, then they'll be like, hey, I'm trying to grow too, and things will come out of that. It's about what you prioritize all the way at the top. Don't put the woman all the way at the top. I tell women, don't put men all the way at the top. I told you a long time ago. What I say 3 days ago? God is first. I'm trying to grow back to God. The G in growth is for God. Interesting. But you got the opposite sex. You got a woman. Some women have men as their goal. Their relationship is their goal. They don't got God first. Now, men, let me give you a warning. Putting God first, like let's say you had women first and providing first and family first and all the other stuff first, and the woman is used to that. Whether she manipulated you into that or whatever, but that's what she's used to, and all of a sudden you switch and be like, God is first. There probably will be some resistance. Because you might not be able to explain it like I'm explaining it. You may not be able just to post this video and say, watch this video, he's explaining it. There's going to be some friction. There's going to be some resistance. Do it anyway. Because if there's no friction and there's no resistance, then there ain't going to be no growth. Not going to the agreeable, you'll just keep on, your roots will keep growing down, 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 down. And you'll keep experiencing the same thing you've been experiencing. And you won't have no growth to the top of the tree. You'll be roots versus limbs. Roots and limbs are on the same tree. Right. But I don't want to do roots anymore. I'm trying to be, I want to be limbs in culture. I don't want to be roots in culture no more. If I see roots in culture on one more advertisement, I want to be limbs in culture. Right. Grow free from depravity, aka provided by through wisdom, aka growth. Absolutely. This is going to be challenging for some, but if you embrace it, yo, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Roberto, what's happening? For those, my attorney just checked in, so he may be talking about, what are you talking about? Men are not providers. I make these really broad, extreme statements, but I've already spent the time to explain it. You didn't come here to provide just because you have a penis. You didn't come here just to provide just because you made a baby or you got married. That's not a fact. Your original purpose for coming down to earth is to grow. If you'd have came down here and your mother would have abandoned you, what would have been your purpose? To grow. And the bottle pops on grow. See that? So don't get caught in that old thinking of I'm just a provider. What is a provider? You have to provide a man. And what are those qualities? Wisdom. You got a counsel around you that's wise. You know yourself. You know your worth. You know your worth. You know your work. You are on your work. Dude, this is big. Some of y'all know your work, but you ain't working it. Woohoo! But you don't got a job for somebody else because you got to be a provider for the house. But what you know that your work is, you ain't working it because you working somebody else's work. You working somebody else's dream. You ain't working your dream. My. That's very interesting. Peace to the family who just came in. Please press 2 if you share this video. And this is making sense so far for the men who are watching, or even for the ladies. Can you please press 1? If it's not making sense, press 0. Press 0 if this ain't making sense. Press 1 if it's making sense. That's basically it. This one is a real short one today. Your purpose down here is not to be a provider. You need to be a man. You need to be you need to be a man. You need to be a man first. You can't provide if you ain't a leader, if you're not a monk, if you're not a soldier, if you're not a negotiator, if you don't understand the role of the visionary, the role of the nurturer, the role of the follower, the role of the lover. If you don't understand these things and have wisdom about it, how could you provide? You're providing confusion. You're giving up the money, you're giving up your check, and everything is still in disharmony. Ugh. 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 Yo, I suffered from this for a long time. That's why I'm an expert in deprogramming. I'm the deprogramming expert. I think I might even, I know I'm a strategy expert, but I think I'm a deprogramming expert too. Because jokers got a lot of things they got to deprogram. I'm still working on deprogramming stuff myself. Woo! Big shouts out to Seafood Kelly Larson. She says, I'm a clearing machine. I say, what? Yeah. Yeah. Providing confusion. That's what a lot of men do. But but really, we're providing it because we're regurgitating the confusion that you men got from women. Because men didn't make that shit up that we were supposed to be a provider. Women did. They got it from the feminist role. You smart, Leslie. I wish there was more public for men. I wish it was more public forums where we could listen to women talking to women about checking themselves and getting themselves together outside of womb healing. I feel like I know all about womb healing, not because I have one, but because that's the most popular thing to talk about right now. But I don't hear any digging deep about deprogramming and reprogramming the thought process about relationships, womanhood, divine energy. Just like remember the phrase "keep it 100." Remember how that ran out? It ran out of gas because everybody used to say it. Now the term is woke. Woke. I'm woke. Stay woke. Wake up. Stay woke. That's done ran out of gas. Now, what's in danger of running out of gas, fellas, is the divine feminine. It meant something when it first came out, but boys running out of gas fast because everybody's using it as an excuse now. They're really not. They're really not getting. They're really not pouring themselves into it because there's no movement to reach out across the waters. If you go back and research the Nation of Islam, the first Elijah speaks, or Muhammad speaks before the final call, it was men on this side reaching out their hands and men on this side reaching out their hands. That was at the top. That was at the top of the banner of the paper, and it was like reaching out to unite. There isn't really a reaching out from either side right now. But I look at it and say, hey, I ain't gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna insist that what women should do. It would be cool, but guess what? I guess we could lead. Some of us will be able to lead. Only 3%. Only 3%. They talked about, if you understand 5%, 10%, and the 85ers, you ain't gonna never make the whole world in the 10%ers or 5%ers. The whole world ain't gonna never be 85ers. That's just how it's designed. There's never gonna be 90% kings and 3% court jesters and 7% princes. It's never gonna happen. It's gonna be an elite few. That's how the planet is designed. That's how the planet is designed. So I'm only talking to those, some of us elite few kings will reach out. We're going to work on ourselves and tighten ourselves up even more. Those who desire to be kings, those who want to bring the inner king out, then we're going to work with one another, or at least I'm going to be like, yo, I'll work with you. No, Brother Dwight, we don't do balance, we do harmony. Kings know the difference between the word balance and harmony. Balance is a parroted word. Once again, we don't parrot. We fact check. We left brain. We rule the left brain. We rule the left brain. Man, is it a way that y'all could here's an exercise. Here's an exercise. We'll come back. Here's an exercise. Get you a piece of paper. Draw the T like this on a piece of paper. Okay? On one side, draw the symbol for the planet Mars. That's the bathroom for the men, right? Okay, this is the men's side. Put the symbol for the planet Mars. On the other side, put Venus. Right. So this is man, woman. And then across the top, you're going to write who rules what. Okay? So your paper should be just like this. Men have some things that they rule. Women have things that they rule. If they're much better at, that's what they rule. Men are much better at it. Y'all go fill this out. And come back when you got at least 10 things on both sides. I ain't gonna give you the answer to this one. Y'all want me to just sit down and just give the answers. No, I'm gonna challenge you. This gonna show you. This is really this. And tomorrow I'll go over this list. But if you write down 10 things on both sides, please inbox me. Take a picture of it and DM it to me. I might have something special for you. As a matter of fact, everybody who writes down 10 things what women rule, whether it's right or wrong, I'm going to give you a gift. Every person who does this homework, I will give you a gift. You might have all wrong answers on here, all really crazy things, but at least you tried. Oh, make sure you put 1 through 10 on there. Make sure you put 1 through 10. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put the lines and all the stuff that I'm doing. What up, DMV? See that? There you go. Draw me up something like that. And list what are the 10 things that men rule? What are the 10 things that women rule? Everybody who sends me that, everybody who does that homework, if you're watching on YouTube, you got to send me an email. Hello at Coach Khayr. Yep. Hello at CoachKhayr.com or Coach Khayr at Gmail. It don't matter. Yep. And shouts out to all my Libras. Brandon, cut it out, man. Y'all, hey, you October Libras. Boy. I mean, I love y'all. I can't do nothing but love all my October, all my Libras, because I have Uranus at 4 degrees, Moon at 14, and Jupiter at 28 degrees Libra. So I can't do nothing but love y'all. But man, stop posting stuff like that. Y'all gonna mess around and think that y'all the #1 sign in the zodiac. Y'all are not. Big shouts out to all the team Libras out here in the building. Yes, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. But y'all know it's all about us Tauruses, man. Y'all ain't gonna never say it. Trying to share you couldn't even get your own planet. We got Venus, bruh. Oh, Libras, we're ruled by Venus as well. Who had it first? Tauruses. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully this made sense. Do any men want to come on here and have some feedback? Does anybody want to have some feedback on what I just said? I'm always open to taking people that want to come on and have some feedback. Does anybody have any questions about anything I covered today? Please list, or would you like to come on and tell me what was the biggest takeaway that you got today that you can apply right away? Is there any men on here that would like to come on? Press 5. Any ladies that would come on? I guess I can listen to y'all right now for a second. But I would definitely like to hear from the men who have something to say that you took away. Ladies, y'all could have learned something from this. Yes. I would really like for y'all to stop telling men that they're providers. But quit thinking it. Quit thinking it. Men, stop acknowledging it. But, yeah. Yes. Oh, my nephew. This video really... My nephew's on here, Charles Trent. Whew, this video was for him because he didn't have no father telling him. You know what I'm saying? He on the other side of the country, so he wasn't around me as I was growing up. I don't get to see him every day or talk to him. But guess what? He need to understand because he coming up thinking that, oh, man, I'm supposed to be a provider for these chicks. But sometimes when you go out here and you think that I'm supposed to be a provider, then you put yourself in a situation where a not so cool woman could take advantage of you. And there's some not so cool women out here. Not all women won't take advantage of you, but there's some women out here who will bust your ass. They catch you, you just like a lick. You ain't nothing more than a lick. A lick. You don't know what a lick is? Okay, so I guess there's no comments. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I found you in peace. I'm gonna leave you in prayer. Thank you so much. Men, you are not a provider. Be a man first. Be a man first. Get the man thing down. Get the man thing down. Provide some manship. Provide some king stuff. Just be the king, bruh. Just be the king. That's really your responsibility, is bring your divine up out of you. Bring the divine up out of you and make it your face. Pretty please. It sounds like the provider is an identity, but wouldn't it still be a provider to provide wisdom, counsel, understanding, etc.? Or is it more of an ideal of? No. Why? You don't need to be a provider. You need to be a king. You need to be a king. That's all you need to be. The king is still growing. A provider's not growing. A provider's a worker. A provider don't have to be nothing. You said a provider is normally limited to the way we interpret it as financial. No, the provider shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't be. You should be a king. Stop wanting to be a provider. Stop. When somebody approaches you and says you need to be you ain't providing for your family. What she really means is you're not being a king for yourself. Be a king for yourself. That's the ticket. Be a king for you, for yourself. And boy, it will pop off. Yeah. You don't have to try to stop changing the definition of the word provider. Just let it go. Don't even try to include it in there whatsoever. And like I said, it's going to be difficult at first because you've heard so many men and women use the term, but they're parroting the term. They haven't fact checked it. Pick one, but I'm going to be a king. People will come and be like, Kaya, you provide so much wisdom. Thank you. Kaya, you provide so much insight. Thank you. Kaya, you provide joy. Thank you. Kaya, you provide direction. Thank you. But I'm a king, and those things come with my package. Dwight said, I took that power back from all those who saw me as that. Now I'm walking in my divinity unapologetically. Right. And the only time you should apologize is when you slipping up. When you walking in your purpose, you ain't got to apologize. A little slip up or something, or you know what I'm saying, or someone get their feathers ruffled who is a loved one, but don't just be like, I'm gonna change my ways. Just apologize and keep it moving. It don't mean you was wrong because you apologize. It don't mean you wrong because you apologize. You just apologizing for how it went down or delivered. I just apologize myself for something, for a person said that something that I did hurt them. Well, guess what? I apologize for that. Doesn't make me. I'm not changing or taking back any of the things that I said or did. I just apologize for it hurting them. Kept it moving. It would be difficult. I believe in a couple we are both whole and in a process of growth individually, side by side. Yeah, but if you ain't side by side, your responsibility is still to grow. But if you're in a relationship, for sure, it's your responsibility. Just keep growing, and the relationship will be fine. Put God first, keep growing, relationship will be fine. That joint is so, Amoroso, hey baby. It's so simple. It's so simple, but it ain't been tried. So you wouldn't think that just those three things, put God first. Oh, my doctor's calling me back. Got to go see what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. Let me go holler at him. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Keep God first. Work on your growth. You're going to be straight. All right? What's the biggest thing that you took from this broadcast today that you can apply, that helps you in your life, that you can apply right now? Men, ladies, if you'd like to comment, now is your chance to put all that in there, what you took from it as well. But this is King Talk. This is for men only. Coach Khayr. This is part 3. More coming, baby. Anabakor, Kejalaki Minka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nahagibor, the Shay Yakadeka, Kavava Shamran, Barkham Tower, Rakame, Tazika Taker, Talid Gammon, Kasim Kadosh, Badaruf, Tufka, and the hell out of Taker. Yakit Gehel, I'm chopping as a Craig, Tushka Teka, Shavatanuka Bell, Ushma, Zakatanu, Yodea Talamo, Production, Kovumakuto, Alam Vaed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.